by one of the candidates who lost the election and said and was now complaining about composition of electoral committee, eligibility of candidates, and stuff like that. So I saw it as a love letter, and I have replied this. I've even dismissed the petition as non sequitur. I just want to advise that in every contest, there is always a winner and a loser. And when you win with responsibility. And when you lose, take your this thing and prepare for the next time. We must learn to be sportsman in whatever we do. You have done your election. I was not even here, and I did not make myself available purposely. Not that I could not be here. I was nowhere near where you are doing your election because we want you to observe or express yourself freely. And so I feel that election has been conducted, you have decided on your own, and they said one person was excluded from the list. I know that even the election we conducted here, 13 were not allowed to vote, not because of their own fault, but because of the fault of the electoral committee. And we allowed it to let it one. That issue was raised before election, and it was resolved on the day of election. So it would be wrong of anybody to now come after election had been concluded, winners emerged, to now say that because of exclusion of one person. Even for people who do election petition, when you talk about substantial compliance, you are talking about even if for the purpose of this argument that somebody was excluded, and if that person is included and votes, could it have changed the result of the election? Would one person have changed the result of the election in favor of the petitioner? So why are we wasting our time? So the letter was written to me, Chairman Ylf-Nba Ibadan. I have replied. I've also copied your chairman, so that because I don't have any interest in whoever emerge. Whoever emerge, good luck to that person. But the truth of the matter is that we must not do things that will cast us as someone who do not also accept electoral contest when the result comes out. I have come here to explain what I have seen. In fact, I was on my way from the Parents Association. So I wish you well, and I congratulate both the contestants and the winners. May God Almighty continue to be with all of you. Thank you very much.
So much appreciate your presence.
Wow.
Now, hold the microphone. So that's from the chairman of the bar, Mr. Ibrahim Lawal. He would come, sit, and request that we call him to speak to us as against others. So can we have our board report, please? Mr. Dakwaki, we'll start with the symposium committee. Please, can we have you? Oh, you are not ready. Have you forwarded the report? Yes, you sent it to her. The financial aspect of the report will be given by you. You may want to, please, the microphone, please. Pariwo now. Chairman.
Okay. Good morning, everyone. Yes, the committee's report, the 2026 Symposium Committee report has just been dropped on the YLF page. I'm very sorry for the delay. Young Lawyers Forum NBA Ibadan branch presentation of the report of the 2026 Symposium Committee protocols. Again, I want to greet everyone, learned friends, colleagues, the executive members, and all of us that are gathered here this morning. It is with profound gratitude to Almighty God and with a deep sense of fulfillment that I rise to present the report of the Symposium Committee for the YLF Biennial Symposium 2026. When this forum and our executive committee entrusted us with the responsibility of organizing this year's symposium, we understood that we had not merely been assigned a task, we had been entrusted with a mission to provide a platform for meaningful engagement, intellectual rejuvenation, and professional development for young lawyers. I must state with utmost delight that I did. Okay. So sorry. I've just been informed that I should just give an abridged version of the report that has been dropped on the platform. Well, the committee was constituted earlier this year, though in absentia, and we have 25 of us on that list of the committee that was constituted 2026 to the mother body. But we had a whole lot of delay until eventually we were given a green light to proceed with the symposium. And to the glory of God, we had the symposium successfully held on the Thursday, 24th day of May 2026, with the theme, The Bar of a Dream, Ethics, Mentorship, and Professional Enrichment in the Development of Young Lawyers while mitigating the adverse effects of unethical shortcuts. The committee arrived at that topic because we found out that one of the most challenging issues that we're having these days is that low pay from offices, and rather than living, many of us were surviving. So to tackle that area of challenge, that's the reason why we came up with that topic and want to believe it was an engaging session in that day because we were already working against time. We thought people would have left, but you stick with us, you stuck with us and waited to the end of the program. The financial reports emanating from that uh, symposium, it will be duly given by the FinSec because it is still the Ylf-Nba Ibadan account that we use. We didn't create a special one, neither were we given a subvention with which to prosecute the symposium. But in all, we had 29 donors that donated to us graciously. Members of the forum, senior members of the bar, and philanthropists that we reached out to. We had a number of 29 donors that donated to us graciously. And out of those 29, 27 of it were direct transfers into the account of the symposium committee, and we had two checks that were given. And each of those checks, we have 50,000 naira in each. And the total sum that was donated to us during the symposium was 8,120,000. I want to believe a better and all-encompassing symposium, the incoming administration, will do well. As we are here, though
We might not be part of the committee in subsequent years, but we are always available to give our support, assistance, wherever it is needed. And I want to pray that God will go ahead with us, bless us, and work with the forum. God bless you.
Thank you, Mr. Akinsi Adedapo. You know, he was about reading that in English to be a teacher. Yeah, so that's why. Apologies on his behalf. One of the checks we yet to be catch, and that is the one from Marshall Anke. It is, I think it's with the treasurer. So that will be for symposium committee. If you have any question, observation, or comment, please let's have it. Hmm? Hmm. Hmm. So I think he also forgot to include that we were at the office of the keynote speaker in Lagos to present as an appreciation visit. We're also with the Matrak yesterday, Mama Sholanke, to present a word of appreciation. And she mentioned that young lawyers should endeavor to always listen whenever you're at programs. I should pay attention where they are presenting papers, and that if you are going for any corporate outings, you should ensure that you're always on your white and black or black. Any professional outing, whether you have meetings with clients, you should not just go in maybe native or what have you. She also mentioned that whenever we have to organize programs and you have special guests, you should not have too many special guests, but that you should include the special guest in your program and ensure that at least 5 minutes or 10 minutes you allow this person to speak to you. But particularly, she emphasized on the issue of listening. That whenever we are at programs, we should endeavor to, that even at the larger bar, that is not something that is being, that's something that is not adopted. That we should try to adopt that. So, and she also instructed the chairman of the symposium committee to circulate admonition. What is that? Word of admonition. There's a paper, a white and black document that is supposed to be circulated. I'm sure that we do that before the end of the meeting. So that's basically covers for the symposium committee report. So I'd like to invite our very wonderful Mr. Tomi Afade for his academic board report. Kindly forward same to the WhatsApp group so that members can follow through. That is the chairman elect. The next person to use the microphone. Thank you.
Good morning, everybody. I have to final report of the academic board of the Young Players Forum from 2024 to 2026. Well, the background information, first things first, we talked about constitution and membership. The board was constituted on 23rd July 2024, and the members are listed in a table underneath. We had, which were co-opted and appointed, we had 8 members and 4 non-member liaisons. The terms of reference are also included, but because of our time, I'm just running through.
Yes.
But the report has been sent on the YLF group, so there can be some sort of follow-through. So our major projects for 2024-2026 were the Know Your Law Symposium, which held in 2024, and the Segun Adegbe essay competitions, which held both in 2024 and 2025. Okay, sorry, that's the youngest lawyer. So we have also our activities report, our preliminaries. We had visits to the NYC Secretariat in Ibadan, and we established a relationship between the members of the NYC, their state coordinator and other executive committee members, as well as the CDS coordinator for legal aid. That's the group of lawyers and all of that. So we enjoyed throughout the period of our tenure in the academic board a fantastic relationship with both the National Youth Service Corps members and various faculties of law within Ibadan. That is Kolada Ise University Faculty of Law, University of Ibadan Faculty of Law, and Lead City University Faculty of Law. So our intention was to ensure that our budding lawyers are also, that is the lawyers in equity coming after us, are also carried along with the activities of the forum, so that to serve as some sort of guidance. We had courtesy visits, fundraisings, and awareness drives. We also did a lot with publicity, with the collaboration of the publicity secretary of the forum, Ms. Bola Awere, and some other important people who have been put there. So the report for the New Law Symposium is there. The keynote speaker was Mr. Ajibola Dali, whom we hosted, Senior Advocate of Nigeria, whom we hosted in Ibadan for the very first time. And we had Honorable Justice Omolara S. Adeyemi, Mr. Kazim Adekunle Gbadamosi, Senior Advocate of Nigeria, and the chairman of the branch, Mr. Ibrahim Lawal, who were panelists. We had a whooping registration of 400 persons, and we had 350 persons in attendance, with a cross-sectional representation of members of the judiciary, senior lawyers, young lawyers, law teachers, core members, and students. We also got some sponsorships, and we have explained how those came about. The expenses were catered for through the account of the Young Lawyers Forum, in line with the instructions of the chairman. For the Segun Adebugbe competition, we had the 2024 and 2025 editions of the Segun Adebugbe competition, and for 2024, we had the sole sponsor, Prime Solicitors, who have always actually sponsored Segun Adebugbe competition from time immemorial. So the competitions held within the 70th anniversary of the bar and the law week of the bar, and the first prize for each year went home with 400,000 naira, second prize 250, third prize 150. The chairman of the forum was not very nice, so he told the chairman of the academic board not to participate, so I couldn't win the money. But the people who won can testify to the fact that they had since been issued their checks, and I'm sure that they have finished spending the money by now. Mr. Fani cannot relate because of some other incidents. And so we published some of the winning entries in recognized journals, law journals, and certificate of participation were presented. Worthy of note is that in 2025, the innovation of the chairman of the forum, he instructed us to commence the student edition. Like, you've heard most of what I've said. We're trying to make sure students and core members were involved in our activities. So the chairman, in his wisdom, said we should start a maiden edition for students. We knew it would be an unfair contest if we asked lawyers and students to write together and participate, so that a 300 level faculty of law students will not write an article and compete with Mr. Waliu's article, who is almost 10 years at the bar. So we had to do a separate edition for students, and they also won money. We gave them cash prizes, as well as the exposure that was attached to actually writing your papers and coming to present them. What we are trying to do is to groom holistic lawyers who can both write and speak to their papers. That's the core of advocacy. So we thank our sponsor, Mr. Mayo Agbenro, for the student edition for the year 2025, and an award was presented to him by the executive committee of the YLF. For the year 2026, essentially, like you all know, the major event of the YLF was the symposium, and the academic board was collapsed to join the symposium committee to deliver what was an excellent symposium under the chairmanship of the symposium committee chairman, Mr. Dapo Akinyosi, who has given a fantastic report earlier on before I came on board. So that is a summary of the report which we have sent to the YLF platform, and we thank the executive committee of the YLF for the opportunity to serve in this capacity, as well as all members of the forum for their cooperation and participation throughout the span of our tenure. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. That's very well. Thank you for your sacrifices. or to be involved. That's what I've been wondering.
Board of Legal Assistants. These are the activities we discharge. Also, another challenge we have, I had mentioned earlier, is the challenge of members not turning up. In fact, there was a member who abandoned an indigent inmate in court. The inmate was to be, defendant, sorry, was to be arraigned on a particular day, and then the case had been assigned to this member. And then that particular day, we called this member that your matter is to come up so day. Please go to court. The member refused to go to court. Thankfully, the secretary was on hand that day to represent that member in court. So if we as members, when we show interest in some of these activities and we refuse to fulfill our mandate, the board can only do a little. The board can only do a little. So your assistance is very key and is very germane. Now, my recommendation to the next executive is this, because I know that by virtue of handing over, this board may be dissolved. I would want to recommend to the next administration to sustain the Board of Legal Assistants, because by our terms of reference, we are key to whichever administration that we are. Now, I would also like to recommend that if the board is to be sustained, that members, those who are currently members of the board that are still within the age bracket of 0 to 7 should also be retained. And so that a member of that board can be made the chairman and will be able to sustain the legacy we have already. And I think that's all for the Board of Legal Assistants. Thank you. My secretary is whispering, so. Yes, that is why it is good to have a wonderful secretary. Now, while we started the proposal activities, the initial one we started when we assigned cases to members, we did not accompany it with logistic fees. Then, during one of our interviews, the learner seal, Mr. Ylf-Nba promised to sponsor the pro bono scheme. And he said for each member who takes up a case, is going to fund that case with the sum of 250,000 naira. So we're able to assign 4 cases to 4 members of this forum. Although, according to them, no, I know, they have not received the logistic fee, because the learners promised to pay in 2 tranches. That's half of the money when the case is assigned to you, and then the balance when you complete the case. We have someone who has completed his own case, that's Dr. Kimbody. We have written to the learners who has promised to reach back to us through his HOC, who will be the chairman of the forum after this meeting. So please, for members who are yet to receive their cash money or the logistic fee, the next administration will, you should be rest assured that the next administration will do justice to that. And now that I still have the floor, I must appreciate my secretary. She has done fantastically well. She actually stood by this administration and in fact stood by the board throughout. I do not need to ask her twice to accomplish a task. So once I assign it to her, she will do it excellently well. And I also want to appreciate Mr. Raid Alikan, the alternate chair, was always there too, giving ideas and then prompting us to do what we need to do. And Joba Olua is also a wonderful member of that board. She was always at hand to assist us with our media activities. Although she's not here, but she's always with us. Mr. Ifeoluwa Aderoba, I also appreciate you. Mr. Isaac, I also appreciate you. Are a wonderful person and a host of others. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Mr. I appreciate your report. So that would be the report of Board of Electoral System, the final report, and then having given their final report, that committee is hereby dissolved. That point is hereby dissolved. Thank you for that wonderful report. Mr. Tonopadi, I forgot to dissolve your committee. Would you like to continue as chairman?
Good morning. Good morning, everyone. So let me just cut straight to the chase. My name is Mohammed Khan. I'm the chairman of the Sports Forum of the YLF. And our flagship program was the Sports Fest, which is a biennial program. And we did the last one in 2025. Basically, we raised the sum of about 6 million plus. We spent about 5,419,000 naira for Tikobo. And we have left 1,197,000 naira. So basically, for the incoming administration of the YLF, as far as sport is concerned, you have 1 million plus. So you're going to go out seeking for funds. All you just have to do is more or less like show to your intended sponsors what you have and what you need. Our biggest sponsors are the following individuals: Mr. Latif Omoyemi Akongbe, the law firm of Adebayo and Adamosi legal practitioners. Mr. Muhammad Khan gave over 500,000 naira himself. Mr. Tunji Oguride, the law firm of Mosiba Adetumbi and Co. The honoree gave us about 3 million naira. The chairman, especially, and Mr. Ekpong J. Ekpong were also, will I call them, golden sponsors of some of our events. And so basically for me, that is the report of the sports committee. And we also have, we're also able to bring corporate sponsors, Sutro Nigeria Limited, and also Christ Embassy. So, and one of the advice given to us by Mr. Abiodun Olatunji SAN is that when the new ESCO comes in, there should be a visitation from the outgoing members of the sports forum, together with the incoming members that will be constituted by the chairman. And this would create some form of synergy. So there can be a seamless operation between the honoree himself and the incoming members of the sports forum. I think for me, that's just it. There's no other thing to add again. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Khan. That's the report from the sports committee. And that's the chairman of the sports committee for the 2026 NBA Ibadan. So, on that note, that committee is hereby dissolved. So, we'll proceed to the way I will do the library committee here. Mrs. Alabedi Aminat. Okay. Just tell me that she was close. I think we move to the next committee, and that is the quick one. I'm not sure about that. Okay. Lead the library committee, Mr. Adekide Alitu. Just need chairman. Please let's have it. should give your report. The chairman of the report in less than 4 minutes.
Only me, 4 minutes. Chairman, I thank you to her. Yes. Good morning, everyone. Um, I am the alternate chairman of Build Your Library, and the committee, I think, started from former ESCO, and the present ESCO adopted say. Majorly, what the committee is doing is giving young lawyer an avenue to access law books, law reports, and the likes at the, minimal price. For Nigerian law weekly law reports online, instead of 30,000, the young lawyer will pay 15,000. For hard copy, for 4,000, I think you have 20% cut. And the target is to have 100 young lawyers. But well, we were able to have around 53 or 63 or so. For online, we have 30 something, and for hard copies, we have 20 something. That's the basic thing about Build Your Library. But what I want to say is to encourage us to subscribe, because this is this opportunity, we missed one. Ligopedia, the chairman was able to secure 50% cut for Ligopedia, and nobody subscribed to it. In fact, I don't think the opportunity is available, except if the next next coming executive decide to meet with the chairman. But with the look of things, law reports, according to what the man in charge told me, that they are about to increase the price. And the moment we don't subscribe as what they gave us 100 to meet that, initially we were given 20, so we surpassed that 20, but now they said 100 to maintain that cut. And the moment we cannot meet it again, because now I observe that the hard copies, except chairman that subscribe in very large volume, nobody is subscribing again. And I want to plead, like I said, this is how you can build your library. I can say successfully, being an alternate chairman, I was able to buy 2 years consecutively of a law report, hard copy. 2024, everything. 2025, everything. 2026, I'm on it. So initially, I don't bother. I know we can, but that's from there you can build your library and even move to your chambers. Distance time. You can't wait that I want to get it once. You can get those things once, but I think this is an avenue to just, even some seniors, they subscribe through juniors and get as far back as 1980, 1990 law report this thing. And then for online, you can do it on your phone, you can do it on your system. You write your address and everything. So I want to plead with the incoming ESCO to maintain that committee. Is very, very important. So thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Mr. Aditula. We are grateful. Mr. Aditula has
I
wonderful
maintain it.
in service of the administration.
Ah,
So, members are not actually building their library. I won't know why. Secretary of the report.
Thank you. Yeah, in this administration, the committee was able to host few webinars in order to, of course, we know the era of the CBD points when many of us had to join every webinar we can see just to attain the CPD points needed. So we're able to host several webinars in order for us to actually attract the desired CPD points. Also, we're able to reach out to seniors who are to serve as mentors in specific fields of interest. However, the challenge of the committee this um, period was that we're unable to see seniors who can actually mentor young lawyers in the desired committee, in the desired areas of interest. So that's one major challenge we had in that committee, and as we know, it is one of the most sacrosanct reason for the uh, for the having of that committee. But as it is, it was a challenge, and we are trusting that subsequent administration that could be actually sorted. Thank you so much, everyone.
Thank you, Mr. Dambela. Clear the chairman of that committee. It was on the way here when he had an incident. I don't know. Yes. Yes. So it has been
And the members of the forum. For the social secretary, I will briefly give the report of the activities. Let me start from our monthly meetings. I want to sincerely thank all the members who sponsored all our monthly meetings from the beginning of this administration till today. They really show the support and the money, their financial support and all. So I thank all of you for that. So for the
and a total debit of ₦1,531,031 naira 96 kobo 50 96 naira 52 kobo. The notable credits we had the dues of 45,650, and during the course of the month, Abiodun Olatunji GSA, he donated the sum of 1.5 million to the YLF, specifically for the YLF summit, which the chairman spoke about. And Olabode Elemide donated the sum of 50,000. And also we had a donation of 40,000 for those that went for the YLF summit. Significant debits for the month of April is as listed in the report, and same can be accessed by members. Financial report for the month of May and June, it has also been sent to the group page, and same can be accessed by members. For the month of May, we have an opening balance of 5,730 naira 477 kobo, 5,730,477 kobo, and a closing balance of 7,731 naira 731,702 naira 23 kobo. Notable credits that should be spoken of: Abaje and Abaje donated the sum of 3 million for the first tranche for the symposium. Then also Mutalubi Ojuade USA donated the sum of 1 million for the symposium. And also Abaje donated the sum of 2 million again for the symposium. Amongst others, the total donation and income we had for the month of May is 8,181,000 naira, and the total debit of 6,315,874 naira 79 kobo. For the month of June, from beginning till present, we have an opening balance of 7,731,702 naira 23 kobo, and a closing balance of 4,247,233 naira 74 kobo. In the month of June, we had a total credit of 251,100 and a total debit of 3,735,568 naira 49 kobo. In the month of June, the total dues we had skyrocketed to 551,000 in the month of June only. During the course of our visit, the escorts were given a sum and they donated back that sum to the YLF boss of the sum of 250,000 naira. Out of the 250,000 naira, the chairman also made mention that the escorts went for a visit to Lagos to the keynote speaker that came for the symposium. And during the course, we awarded gifts and we gave the keynote speaker an award. So the cost of logistics for the visit was about 150,000 as a result of Yes, I'm sorry. So during the course of that, it wasn't for this one. It was for SBL debate. It was for SBL debate, where 7 members of the YLF went to Lagos to represent us, and that's where my able contender comes in, as she was part of the winner, for Miss Morenike Akante, where they've gotten the first and second award back to the Ylf-Nba Ibadan. So as a result, the sum of 150,000 was expended for the trip down to the venue of SBL and back. The reason why I'm making mention of that is because the money that was given to the escorts was cash, and the same wasn't sent to the account, so it wasn't reflecting on the account. Regardless, the sum of 100,000, which is the balance of that money, has been sent to the YLF account. In all, cumulatively, we have the sum of 4,247,233 naira 74 kobo in savings. And the chairman thought it wise. We have saved the sum of 3,500,000 in the account, interest yielding account. So in total, we have a sum of 7,747,233 naira